first one is the normal folding. Okay, so can you see that folded? Then the second one has to be on a diagonal manner, okay, in a diagonal way. So you fold twice, you fold once, then second one is going to be diagonally this way. Can you see? So this is how you fold, okay? It's like making it look like a triangle, you know. So that's how to fold. And you can also, it's also, you know, called a bias folding, whichever one you choose to call it. So this is the unfolded parts, okay, and this is the folded parts. So right now I'm going to be inserting my measurement. The very first measurement I'm going to be inserting is my shoulder measurement. I'm going to be inserting my shoulder measurement divided by 4. Okay, my shoulder is 16, and 16 divided by 4, of course it will give me 4 inches. So you can add like maybe half an inch to it, you know, or you leave it that way. So now I'm inserting my measurements. As you can see, my shoulder measurement divided by 4. So with the help of my ruler, I can connect this point, you know, with a straight line. So this is my shoulder measurement. So the very next measurement is going to be my armhole measurement. My armhole is 8.5. You can use 9. I use 9 for most, you know, people. So 9 is not bad at all. So, but just use 8.5 or 9 inches. Either one you use is fine. So I'm inserting my armhole measurement right now on the fabric. So right now, as you can see, I'm going to be folding over. I'm folding over to get the midpoint. You fold over to get the midpoint. So just take the measurement and, you know, insert on the other side. Now I'll connect with a straight line. So this is my armhole measurement. So right now I'm going to be creating, okay, on this line, of course, I'm going to, you know, find the midpoint on this line. So you fold in on this second line, you fold in, you fold over your tape measure and mark the midpoint. So from this point I'll connect to the armhole, or maybe I can't say the chest line right now because my strap is not, this is, I'm connecting it as you can see, and you'll get to know why I'm making this markings with time in this video. Okay, so you can use your curve to get a nice line or curve line, or use your free hand. Okay, so I'm going to be, inserting my neck depth. Of course, from my shoulder line down to the second line, down to, you know, 7 inches. So my neck depth is 7 inches. So, and of course, I already have about 4.25. So all I need to do is just to add 3 inches more, or 2.75 inches more, to make the rest of my neck depth. Okay, so right now I have my neck depth, my neckline, and I have my armhole, the rest of my neck and the rest of my armhole. I hope you understand this, my point right now. So now from the shoulder, I'm going to be inserting the length of the top. The length of your top must start from your shoulder line. This is very important because that is where you take your full length from. Okay? So from this point, I'm going to be measuring my length, the full length of my top. So you just measure this way, continue to measure, measure, measure until you get to the end. So now I'm done with that. So I'm going to be checking the length of my strap. Now my strap length is about 4 and 4.25. So of course it will go from the front to the back. So that 4.25 plus 4.25 will give me 8.5. And I'm going to be using half an inch on, both front and back to join to the body, the rest of the body. So I'm going to be adding like 1 inch to it to make 9.5. So right now I'm going to be cutting this way. So then cut at the down part as well. So this is what I have. So right now, because one part is folded, so you have to open up to have both front and back. So this is what I have. So now my strap is going to be located on this point. So can you see right now? This is where my strap is going to be. So right now, this is what I have. Can you see that it's looking nice already? So right now, I've cut some bias strips to tape round the neck to the armhole, like that, round. So this is, you can make use of the regular one in the market, but I decided to cut mine. Now this is my strap. This is about 9.5 inches. Why is it 9.5? My normal measurement is 8.5, but plus 1 inch. So that's why I have 9.5. So I'm going to be folding this way. it's time to sew. So all I will do now is to bring the two sides together. These are the two sides, both the front and the back, and sew from this point down to the hemline, and you do the same on the other side as well. Okay, so just put it under your machine, bringing these two sides together and sew 1/2 inch from up to down. Okay, so now that you have sewn the two sides, the next thing is for you to use your bias. You can cut the bias from the fabric you're using, or you buy it the ready-made, in the market. It's very common. So, and you use it to tape the neckline. So what I'm going to do right now is just to open up the sides. This is the side, so I'll just open up the seam this way and place this bias cut strip on it. So I will sew all around. I've pinned to the body. Okay, so this is my strip, so I pinned it from the side. Okay, I'm going to sew 1/4 inch all through down. So as you can see, I've started sewing. I started my sewing from the side seam. So, and I'm heading towards the strap points. I mean, where the spots where the strap is going to be. Okay, so I'll just stop the stitch and jump. Okay, because that hole, I need a hole where the strap is going to be attached, or where the strap is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to jump from this point now where I stopped and start my sewing again at this point. Okay, about 1/2 inch from where I stopped. So I'm going to continue with my sewing. Okay, and I'm going to show you the reason I'm doing this later on in this video. Alright, so you don't need to cut the thread, you can just continue with that. Okay, it won't affect anything. So you continue. You see the hole at this point. I hope you can see. Okay, so this is the space I left. This is where I stopped initially, the first one, and I jumped this point and started sewing again at this point. I hope you can see clearly. All right, so let's continue with our sewing. So right now I'm heading to I'm on the neck, the neck right now. So I'm done with sewing the bias strip all around. At this point, the bias strip was not enough, so I had to add another one, to it. So this is where it ends. This is the point it ends. I hope you can see. I'm going to turn over, and so I'm just going to turn it this way. Okay, this way, and finish it up. Can you see? So you fold in 1/4 and like this. Okay, so This is how it will look. This is how it will look on the outside. So you can do it otherwise. You sew on the right side, then you turn it in. Okay? So you can do it either way you want. So just fold it in like this and sew. Okay? So I'm done with sewing the body, the main blouse. So this is the strap, and this is 2 inches. The width is 2 inches, while the length is, I think, 9.5. So I'm going to just do it this way. You fold in half. Okay, you fold in half this way. You fold in half this way, then you now fold together this way. You fold half, half plus half is 1 inch, so you have 1 inch on this, side once you fold it this way. Okay, so all you're going to do is just to fold again. You sew this point. So I'm done with the 2 straps. So I'm going to be inserting it into the hole that I created on the bodies all along the neckline. I'll show you once I'm about to fix it. So this is the space, or the space or the hole that I left. I hope you still remember when I was sewing the neckline, when I was sewing round. Okay, so I asked you to jump from this point to the other. Okay, so now I'm going to be inserting the strap into this hole. So I'm done attaching, though I've not sewn it. So I just used my pin to hold it down. So this is what I was talking about. Can you see? This is what I was talking about. So this is it. This is the straps, and this is the second one. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach on the 4 spots. And I also want to say that you can get creative with everything. Okay, so showing you how to do this is just a guide. You can even do it better than the way I'm doing it. Okay, so just get creative, add your own vibes to it, and you'll be fine.